if it's time-based or anything like that, and do that work for me. Once it's done, it drops me into our data exploration view. From here, anything that I click on, I can start visualizing. So for instance, I want to take a look at order value, and perhaps I want to take a look at it by customer status, or I want to take a look at it over time. It's going to auto-visualize, it's going to select the chart for me of what it thinks is the best representation of that data. Now, once I find something that I like, I can just copy it over into a new page. This is meant to be very self-service friendly. So I can easily move this around, resize it, format it, and once I'm done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to centrally save it. Now I can share it out with others. So they'll just get a URL and then they'll be able to access this as well. Without having to go back and forth through email, we can also collaborate and communicate right within this exact same tool, adding comments, asking what's up with retail, and even responding and interacting with each other. Using Search to Insight, I'll just use my own natural language. So I'll say show order value by product, and as I do so, it immediately brings back a chart. Now I could be more specific and say for the C900 bike, notice this, I misspelled bike and it still brought back the right chart. And I could even use more general expressions for last year, and it knows what I mean and it understands. This provides me the ability to see a nice view of these orders by product, but it's also a little bit of a static chart, meaning this is just one view of the data. If I'm looking at the M550 bike with its low value, or the E bike with its really high value, do I have any idea of why it's so high or why it's so low? This is a major limitation of tools today. With SAP Analytics Cloud, you can add a smart insight and it'll go beyond those capabilities and explain what's going on. So and it'll go beyond those capabilities and explain what's going on. So it's added a footer where it's explaining to us that the e-bike is our top contributor, 30 customers. Now notice this chart says nothing about prospective customers, but it's taking a 360 look at my data and providing me that additional insight. See what exactly is going on there, and I can pivot through some additional charts as well. Now let's return to what my source data set was for this. I have thousands of rows of orders. I can see it by customer, by retail segment, by country, by product. I have all of this great information that I'm tracking. Now, if you asked me and you said, go ahead and create a report of this for me, it may take me the entire afternoon. It might take me the rest of the day for me to bring something back to you. Again, this is where SAP Analytics Cloud can help us. It can actually build the entire report for us. Using Smart Discovery, all I have to do is specify what do I want to explore. Today I want to take a look at order value. Once I hit run, it starts building out a statistically accurate report for me. I had selected a measure of this, but I'll still get that level and quality be a data scientist to know how to use this, but I'll still get that level and quality of insight back. So here you can see in the background, it's building out an overview page, key influencers, unexpected values, and also simulation. Now let's see how well it's doing as it's created this report for us, and let's take a look at the type of insights that it's found for us. We can see it's found 7 key influencers, and it's found us 36 unexpected values. Now it's all done building the report, and there we go. Within 30 seconds, we're up and away. Now I see that my order value, total order value, know what's impacting my order value. Why might it be trending downwards? For that, I can jump over to my key influencers. This will show me statistically what are my top influencers for order value. The first one seems pretty straightforward. The number of units that you sell directly relates to what your order value is going to be. The next most important thing is your product, then your sales agent, your number of customer meetings, your segment, etc. Now note this though, as I scroll down the page, it's actually ordering the charts that it created based upon what was statistically the most important things to be looking at. And as I take a look at different bikes, I can get some interesting insights out of this. So for instance, the M550 bike, a number of orders, but really low average order value. While our e-bike, which was recently released and only available in a number of countries, is doing extraordinarily well. If I wanted to take a look and say, what would happen if I release this into another country, we could do that underneath the simulation page. In here, we can use all of that historic data that we saw inside of our spreadsheet, but we can actually play around with the values and simulate out what would happen in different settings. So for instance, I want to release this now in China through wholesale, and it's simulating out what that projected value would be. And it's even showing me what all the contributors are. Now, it does do one extra thing for me, which is it helps me identify unexpected values. So based upon what was considered a normal baseline, I can take a look and now follow up on these specific orders where they were higher or lower than what I would have expected. So I might want to take a look at this one from Benny and find out, why was it so much lower than what we would have thought it should have been? Or why was it so much higher, if the case may be? With what we just saw, this really quick report that was generated for us, this is what's also really neat. It's working great in responsive mode. So if you jump into your device preview, you can even see what this would look like, and it'll simulate for you. It'll show you what would this look like on your different screen sizes. So all of this that was instantaneously created for us is also going to look great as I jump over and take a look at it on my phone. So this was a very short